Welcome to the TuneUp Challenge, where I take songwriting and break it down into a simple practice so you can discover how fun and easy songwriting can be. So how do you establish a groove in your songwriting? The easiest place to start is the bass line. Bass lines are important because they provide the harmonic foundation of the song. Specifically, often they are focused on the root of the chord. The bass also works closely with the drums to establish the rhythmic pulse of the song. For example, if you take dance or hip hop or reggae, the bass plays a central role in creating the feeling in the audience that they need to dance or that they want to move. The bass is in the lower part of the sound spectrum, and this balances out the higher frequencies that are present in the voice, guitar, and synth parts. The bass also plays a central role in creating the melodic movement of the song, as well as points of tension and release. In today's TuneUp Challenge, you will reconstruct a bass groove to a song of your choosing. In so doing this challenge, you will be practicing close listening, that is placing your full attention on the bass line only as you listen to the track. And you will start to understand how the bass colors the tone of the chord progression and establishes a rhythmic groove. Step number 1, select a song that you want to recreate the bass part to. And practice close listening. You may have to listen to it multiple times, but as you listen, try to listen only and solely to the bass part. Step number 2 is to identify the key signature and time signature and set up a project either in MuseScore if you're going to use notation or BandLab if you want to use MIDI to map out the bass part. Let's take a moment to review a few things. First, the range of the bass is E1 to C5. And a quick review on rhythm and chord inversions. Counting in 4/4 time signature, a quarter note gets 1 beat. So therefore, in this measure, I have 4 quarter notes, and those are counted 1, 2, 3, 4. In my next measure, I have broken that down into eighth notes. Now I have 8 eighth notes in the next measure. Those are counted 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. And if I go in increments smaller, I get 16th notes. Those are counted 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a. So a note on inversions. In this first chord, I have a C chord in the treble clef, which is spelled C-E-G. On the bottom, I have in the bass clef a C. This is root position because this is root position because the name of the chord, the C, is in the bass. Now, if instead of the C, I put the third in the bass, that's the E, right? Because here's my chord again in root position, C, E, G. Now I have an E in the bass, that is the first inversion. And likewise, if I put the fifth in the bass, that's the G. Still, I just have my C chord, C, E, G, with the G in the bass, that's second inversion. And often we will find that the bass is playing one of these notes or walking to it in the bass line, holding down the fundamental structure of the chord progression. In today's TuneUp Bass Groove Challenge, I will be reconstructing the song Pressure Drop by Toots and the Maytals. So I have a project opened up in MuseScore. I have set the key signature to A flat major. Here I'm in the bass clef for the range of the bass notes from E1 to C5. And I have just started to map out the first arpeggio. I have gone ahead and listened to the first handful of measures a few times over and over and over again. Now I'm just going to input the notes. So let me hear what that sounds like. And that is sounding on target for me so far, so I'm just going to continue. As you are practicing close listening and listening to your song over and over again, you may find it helpful to reference the chord progression. This will give you a clue at what's in the bass, at least as a starting point. This is the first measure where things start to change. The bass line is going to repeat this A pattern, A flat pattern twice, bum, 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 but then it's going to switch to the fifth, and it's going to go to the E. So after the first 4 measures of this song, this repeated pattern happens over and over again. A flat, E flat, A flat, D flat. And it actually happens 3 times. So I've mapped it out here. And I'm just going to cut and paste it. So when it comes in with "It Is You," there's a slight variation of the section that we just copied. Instead of A flat, E flat, A flat, it's going to be E flat, E flat, D flat, A flat. So I'm going to switch these two, and that's going to happen 3 times. And that is correct. So now I'm going to paste this new section. So I think I have the first 16 bars of pressure drop, and I'm going to listen back and check it now. This challenge is really meant to exercise your ear in learning how to listen closely to the bass and extract that one particular part. So it might take you a while. That's okay. You're going to be listening to small sections, starting and stopping over and over and over again, checking yourself. And if you hit a tough spot, no problem. Put a question mark there and then keep moving on. Today's TuneUp Bass Groove Challenge. So reflecting back on the role of the bass in the song, I can clearly see that the bass is arpeggiating, playing all 3 notes in the chord. There's a little more space that we have with this half note in the first 4 measures. That makes sense because it's the introduction, and they flip the chords around. So I'm starting to see the structure. I look forward to hearing what you create inside the Tuneagers Club.